Imagine you're sitting on the beach, thinking about the good old times, staring at the sunset, and then this cute little dog comes running at you. You decide to get up and start playing with the dog in the waves, and then this song comes on. Honestly, perfect. Last week I started working on this song inspired by the summertime and this photo and also that feeling of nostalgia. Personally, summer is probably my least favorite season, so I wanted to make a song that was kind of more upbeat, house music style, happy for those long summer days. I have it now finished, so I just wanted to kind of walk through the production and then play you the completed song. It's pretty short, not a lot of words, but I think it came out pretty good. We have this drone for that ambiance that is so prevalent in house music. Piano chords. Next we add some pad. And the pad is a bit like deeper, a bit more bass than the drone and the piano. The piano does change the rhythm way down here just to give it a bit more grooviness. With house music, I've noticed just from listening that they tend to have like lots of different melodies and layers and instruments and a lot of ambiance and, you know, usually like a strong beat, like claps, snaps, bass. So I kind of try to separate all the different melodies in the instrumentals. This is the first little melody that comes in and then I kind of build on it. Melody 2 is just this organ. It kind of has a similar melody to the vocal melody, and I just put it into this vintage organ thing. That also kind of continues throughout most of the song, and then it does switch to some of the other melodies. My favorite instrument in Logic Pro that I have found is the harlequin, and then second is probably the burning pad. So I had to make sure I put the harlequin in here somehow. Later, the ending part kind of builds on that melody. And I was trying to just like make it build up towards the end and then just kind of abruptly cut off. Here I have just the harlequin and the burning pad. Here I introduced a different kind of melody. It's kind of like syncopated, it's like off the beat. Which I thought was kind of cool. Again, like throughout the song, the melodies kind of switch up. So hopefully you can hear that when I play the whole thing for you. Final melody, melody number 5. This was also in like the synth guitar sounding instruments. And that's around like a bigger section of the song that I kind of wanted to accentuate. And as you can see, it kind of cuts out and then it comes back in at the very end. Drums. I have a few different tracks for the drums. I have the Brooklyn kit, which starts out pretty simple with just hi-hats and then it slowly adds, I think, like the kick and then like the snare. So it's like slowly building. I also added this separate like clap track and this separate kick as well. I do have a kick in the Brooklyn track, but I thought it needed another kick just to make it sound more like fuller. Last week I was trying to figure out the quick sampler thing and I could not figure it out. So I was watching a couple YouTube videos on how to do it and how to use it, and it was still like kind of confusing, but I think I kind of got the hang of it a little bit better now. In a lot of like house songs, when they're like building up, you know, to like the chorus or the beat drop or whatever it might be, there's always like this like cymbal or like a swell of something in the background that's kind of building up to that, and then it just kind of cuts off abruptly. So that was what I was trying to accomplish with these tracks. And then I also added this cymbal sounding thing. I kind of got that idea of the swelling and the crescendo, but I wish that was a bit better, but oh well. Finally, with the sampler, I thought this is a summer song. I mentioned ocean tides. You know, we're at the beach. Why don't I be very on the nose and add some ocean waves? And that just kind of leads into the intro. I also added a few times throughout the song as well, and then at the end of the song, we leave with the ocean waves. Finally, the vocals, which there are a lot of tracks here. It's actually also very super unorganized. I did a terrible job at naming these. For the vocals, I didn't want to have too many like lyrics or be very wordy or anything like that. So it's just like 8 words that I repeat. The last half of the song, I do add a few more words, like instead of golden skies, ocean tides, it's staring at the golden skies, jumping into ocean tides, and that does repeat a few times. Mainly I just tried to switch up the sound of the vocals, like I put some like deeper and like pitched higher kind of thing, because I noticed a lot of house songs do that as well. Last week I just had this part here, but I also added this little like call and response thing. Golden skies, ocean tides. I thought that was kind of fun. I also tried adding different melodies to the vocals. Golden skies, ocean tides, summer nights. I did want to try to add like echoey effect using the quick sampler, but I couldn't figure that out. So I just did it verbally. I was like, nights, 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 tides, tides, tides. Nights, 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 tides, 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 sky, 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 sky. Not perfect, but you know, it gets the job done. Here's the other melody I was talking about. Staring at the golden skies, jumping into ocean tides, chasing after better times, summer nights. And that melody is also kind of counterposed against this other kind of call and response. Staring at the golden skies, jumping into ocean tides, chasing after better times, summer nights. And then at the very end of the song, I have, I think, 4 different vocal melodies playing. I was kind of debating if I should put in that many because, yes, it is kind of confusing and fuzzy and not super clear, but I tried to place each melody in a different spot. So like this melody here, you know, I panned it like all the way to the right, all the way to the left. This one here was like slightly less panned out. And then also this one is like in my normal voice. This one is in like a different pitch. Let me know if it's too muddied. Here, let me try like playing each melody one at a time. Golden skies, ocean tides, summer nights, so it's kind of those 2 melodies together, and then these 2 melodies together, and I put them all together, so maybe it was a bit much. Staring at the golden skies, jumping into ocean tides, chasing after. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Here's the whole song. Let me know how I did.